All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Michigan. The first elimination race of the season. The Mark Nelson and Michael Whiting on the front row. Stephen Gibson, AJ Godsey on the second. Richie Joplin, Cody Kennedy have the third row. Jeff Hinkle, Eric Stoy on the fourth. David Gorman and Kevin Reed round out your top 10. Jacob Springer in 11th, next to Rick Sargent in 12th. Brandon Springer starting in 13th, Richie West in 14th, Mike Smith in 15th, Albie Hewins in 16th. Gerald Thanos Poole starts in 17th, next to DJ the Iceman Kenner in 18th. Mark the Man Dantuma rounding out the 19-car field here tonight. And a special paint scheme on the car of Mark Nelson tonight. That is for Chuck Estes from Anywhere But Pocono. Get well soon, Chuck. If anybody knows Chuck wants to send in the broadcast, have him hop in here. We will be sure, if we know he's watching, to point it out again. Hayes truck leads them off of pit road. Michigan does produce some great racing, 3 and 4 wide. But on cold tires, out of turn 2, the cars will get a little bit loose. Drivers hoping they can hold on to them. Did hear a lot of talk, especially on worn tires. Aero push gonna be a huge problem here tonight. The drivers out front in the clean air are definitely gonna have an advantage. Pace car is in. And here we go down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away in Michigan. The first elimination race of the playoffs is underway. And a lot of our drivers in the playoffs in an elimination position up here in the top 10. Drivers trying to get it done tonight, stay in the hunt. AJ Godsey quickly gets the nose ahead. He goes to the lead on lap 1. Mark Nelson right on his bumper. Cody Kennedy already up to third. Eric Stoy. Oh, we've got one around. Jeff Hinkle down on the apron, caution. Our first caution of the night, lap 2. Richie Joplin underneath. Jeff Hinkle gets into him. They just tangle. Looks like Jeff Hinkle came up as Richie was coming down. They were 3 wide. Mark Dantuma skirts by on the bottom. Looking to see, it look like Jeff Hinkle may have had a problem. No, Hinkle was on the attack. And looked like a little bit of net code at play as well. And David Gorman out front, literally in front of the pace car. Apparently the car has died. He is driving a Ford. He's having to have the pace truck push him. It looks like Garmy may have gotten that Ford fired again. See if we can get a quick word. Garmy, is the car already broken? You're having to have the pace truck push it?
No, I just wanted to see what it looked like from the front for a minute.
Well, it certainly looked like the pace truck was having to push a Ford, which surprises nobody.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Nah, that was just some shenanigans because I'm in a good mood and I feel like having some fun. So we'll see what we can do with this Ford. See if we can't stay up front and maybe make the next round.
Well, man, good luck. It's definitely going to be an interesting one out there.
Yeah, it's scary.
Good luck, Garmy.
See you, bud.
All right. Everybody who thinks Garmin was full of crap and the Ford had actually died and had to have a Chevy truck push it, raise your hand. We saw Mark Dantuma skirt by just barely. He's already up into 17th. Michael Whiting has dropped back to 18th already. Michael Whiting started up front. I do believe he had an EOL penalty coming and served that at the start of the race, so now he is way at the back. Kevin Reed ready to go. Kevin just outside the top 10, sitting in 11th. It honestly would not be a playoffs or a championship battle if it didn't involve AJ Godsey, Kevin Reed, Jeff Hinkle, three of the original group that we've been together since 2020. Great to have the same group together so long. AJ Godsey will be in control of the restart. He's choosing the high line. Mark Nelson down on the inside. Hey, good evening to Mike Burgess. And good evening to the beautiful unicorn Angie Janes. Pace truck is in. They are inside the zone. AJ fires, green flag back in the air. Scott, I'm only one man. But don't worry, when I get done, I will be working on more clips tonight. Down the back straightaway, AJ pulls ahead, big push from Steven Gibson. Cody Kennedy up on the high side. Mark Nelson, Eric Stoy down the... Kennedy looks up the middle. Shooting up the middle didn't work very well for Hinkle. They settle back in too wide. Richie West just set the fastest lap so far in 8th place. Richie on the move, up 8 spots now, or up 6 spots into 8th. Always a great night, buddy. Hope you are as well. Hope the Springers are together. And just inside the top 10, looks like it is peanut butter jelly time. Mike Smith now cracking into the top 10. Kevin Reed setting the fast lap that time. Eric Stoy now having worked his way up into second, right behind his teammate AJ Gotze. Mark Nelson sits in third. Several cars making quick work of the field here tonight. Richie West up 6 spots into 8th. Brandon Springer up 4 spots into 9th. DJ the Iceman Kenner already up 5 spots now into 13th. And he's going to try and make it 3 wide down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4, DJ makes the run work. Moves up to 13th and gaining ground. Eric Stoy shoots to the bottom underneath AJ. Big push from Mark Nelson. Hey, Martin, how's it going, buddy? Mike Smith now on the move. He is up 6 spots into 9th. This is one of those tracks Mike does really, really well at. Could be a dark horse for the win tonight. And once again, seeing a lot of 3 wide through 1 and 2, trying to get 4 wide. Some really gutsy moves going on here in the early going. Cody Kennedy now down on the bottom, going to challenge for the lead. AJ has the momentum though, up top and clears. Oh, somebody kissed the wall there. On the front straightaway, nobody losing dramatic momentum here. The Mark Nelson to the lead. Oh, we've got a wreck on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Caution out on lap 12. Mike Smith involved. Looking down from the blimp. Oh, Gourmets just gets a little loose. Mike managed to keep it off the wall there. Oh, looks like Gorman got a bump from Richie West. Came down. Fortunately, Mike able to keep it off the wall and quickly recover. Not expecting to see anybody on pit road before the competition caution. They're likely going to save all the tires till late in the race. It definitely is a plate racing style of wreck. And a plate racing style of race here tonight as well. See if we can get a word with our current leader. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
I gotcha.
You are out front for the moment anyway. A few close calls out there tonight.
Yeah, it's been a little dicey out there. I went into the corner to pass AJ there, and I practiced that move multiple times, and it just decided I'm going to throw something new at you today.
And it looks like a couple of people goofing off right in front of you, too. Definitely been an entertaining one.
Yeah, it has been. Like I said, it's been dicey, and I'm just trying to give as much room as I can. I mean, passing for the lead there wouldn't show it, but yeah, I'm doing everything I can to keep this thing up front.
Well, you got that special paint scheme on tonight for Chuck as well. That is kind of an awesome thing, having that car in particular out front.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm going to try to lead as much as I can and just honor him because he had some kind of bad news recently, and I'm just thinking of him right now. So everybody watch out. I might get wide.
Well, best of luck, and hopefully we see that car in victory lane tonight, buddy.
I hope so too, Doug.
The Mark Nelson running that special paint scheme tonight for the fearless leader of the Anywhere But Pocono League. Mike Smith did go to pit road. Looks like it was a repair stop. They do not need any fuel to make it to the comp caution. Mike hanging out there at the back of the pack now. Everybody stacking back up side by side. Mark choosing the inside line for the restart. Steven Gibson on the outside. Well, they've already been almost 4 wide, so yeah, Kirk, I think they will end up 4 wide probably pretty soon. Pace truck ducking in. Mark Nelson in control of the restart. Gibson getting as close as he can. Mark in the zone. He fires. Green flag back in the air. Mike Smith definitely did not need that to happen here. His 11th in points. One of the 4 drivers in the cutoff. Mark Nelson in the lead. Cody Kennedy dropping down to the bottom. Push from Eric Stoy. Mid-pack already seeing some drivers trying to get 3 wide again. Already seeing a Mark Dantuma on the march again as well. Dantuma up into 15th. And Steven Gibson gets by. He'll take the lead. But Mark looks back to the bottom. Slingshot engaged. No help from behind, though. Three wide, mid-pack, Jeff Hinkle, Kevin Reed, DJ Kenner. DJ continues his march to the front, now in 13th. Jeff Hinkle trying to make a comeback after getting spun on the front straightaway early on. Oh! He just shot it down to the bottom. Gourmet almost in the wall up top. And the beautiful unicorn cheering on both of the marks tonight. Mark Nelson gets a big push from AJ Godsey, looks back to the bottom. AJ doesn't go with him. Cody Kennedy also on the bottom, closing in, bringing Brandon Springer with him. Mark D'Antuma still moving forward, now into 14th. Remember, D'Antuma so far has pushed past 226 cars this season. As he continues that from the back challenge, Mark Nelson is losing ground. And almost got that 4 wide situation there. Still 3 wide back behind Cody Kennedy, Michael Whining, and David Gorman. But Stephen Gibson back out front, AJ right behind. Oh, a few close calls at the back of the top 10 with the wall. But the Iceman Comet, DJ Kenner, now to 8th. Kevin Reed now battling with Eric Stoy for 4th place. Richie Joplin right behind him in 5th. Reed shoots it to the bottom in 1. Does not have the space to get the full run out of the turn. And Richie Joplin slips by. Now Jeff Hinkle's going to shoot to the bottom into turn 3. Mark D'Antuma stuck in the middle between Kennedy and Gorman. Jeff Hinkle, the king of tire saving, he has saved a lot. Despite that early spin, he is on the attack. Oh, close call with Kevin Reed. He tried to squeeze in behind him. Stephen Gibson out front, breaking the draft, has started to put some breathing room between him and Godsey. Kirk, you're definitely right. The longer they are out, the better the high line is. They got close between Springer and Kennedy. Really close. But the guys who have saved some tire can shoot to the bottom and make a pass. And it is getting crazy out front. DJ to the bottom, shoots past Hinkle. Wow. Hinkle fighting back on the high side, closes the gap back on Kennedy. DJ now to 7th. Brandon Springer lost a little bit of ground in that exchange. Now D'Antuma up to 12th. You got to give it to Mark D'Antuma. He is not qualified all season long. Starts in the back for every race, is second in points, and has passed 226 cars prior to tonight. AJ Gotze reeling in Stephen Gibson just a few laps from the competition caution. The Iceman lost a little bit of ground on that last lap. Couldn't get in line to get any draft help. And Brandon Springer really lost a lot of ground after that close call up at the front. He has dropped back behind Gerald Thanos Poole. Richie Joplin is jumping down to the bottom now. Richie currently in 6th, tried to get a run, didn't have the momentum. And Stephen Gibson staying down low. He's trying to break the draft on the front straightaway. Looks like he's going to get some help. Kevin Reed on the bottom. Cody Kennedy looking to the high side on Stoy. Couldn't get the run. DJ Kenner looking back toward the bottom. David Gorman right behind. Michael Whiting, who had to take an EOL penalty. Oh, car's in the wall. Caution is out. Jacob Springer and Gerald Poole involved. And this will be the competition caution. Gerald Poole down on the bottom. Jacob and Brandon up top. Gerald, oh! Brandon came down just a little bit as Gerald pushed up. Well, Gerald is part of the peanut butter jelly sandwich. Stephen Gibson leads them. Oh, we've got a problem. Eric Story around on pit road. Watching Eric Stoy, who was 3rd, coming onto pit road. Let's see what happened from the blimp. Eric in 3rd, Cody Kennedy right behind in 4th. Oh, looked like Cody tried to cut in, realized he was at the wrong place. Jeff Hinkle also overshot his pit. Kyle, I think you've missed everything. AJ Godsey comes off pit road with the lead. Stephen Gibson in second. Cody Kennedy third. Mark Nelson fourth. Richie Joplin in fifth. Richie West in sixth. Look behind in seventh place. It is Mark the Man Dan Tuma. Eighth place, DJ the Iceman Kenner. Kevin Reed in ninth. Mike Smith now in 10th. Oh, good deal, Kyle. Lights are out on the pace car. Eric Stoy came off of pit road after that incident in 17th. Kyle, just remember, if it's a Logitech, install G-Hub before plugging up. Good evening, Russell Worth. Good evening, Tyler Ott. Hope everybody is having a great night tonight. It's been an amazing race so far. Pace truck hits pit road. AJ Godsey in control. Here they are in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Stephen Gibson gets another perfect launch into the lead. Cody Kennedy already looking for second. Everybody makes it out of turn 1 and 2, no problems. Down into 3 and 4, already a few drivers starting to look. Nobody making the move for 3 wide yet, but they are looking. Stephen Gibson slid up in front of AJ to control this one. DJ Kenner way up the track, lost several positions. Comes down right in front of Kevin Reed. That was a close call. Meanwhile, Richie Joplin on the bottom push Cody Kennedy. And here comes Jeff Hinkle on the bottom. 3 wide across the start-finish line. Still 3 wide. Brandon Springer slips back, gets behind Hinkle. Rick Sargent on the high side, starting to make his way forward. Mark Dantuma now up 12 spots into 7th. AJ Godsey just plain pushing Stephen Gibson out front. Gibson not one of the playoff contenders here tonight, so he is just out here for the win. Oh, Hinkle's in the wall. Caution is out, and I believe Jeff Hinkle may have lost connection. Saw a lot of cars scattering, and Jeff Hinkle just suddenly disappeared. There's Hinkle down on the bottom through 1 and 2. Oh, Hinkle just suddenly goes way up the track and then disappears. iRacing's predictive code obviously having an impact as Kevin Reed appears to have gotten a bump, collects Michael Whiting. Reed locks him up and keeps it off the wall. Wow. Surprisingly, Mark Dantuma's coming in. Albie Hewins is coming in. Interesting strategy out of those two drivers. Mike Smith now up into 6, up 9 spots. Richie West back in the top 10, up 7 spots into 7th. Brandon Springer up to 9th. DJ Kenner in 10th. Gerald Poole, after being in the middle of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, has made his way back up to 14th as he tries to make his way forward. And you know, there is one person we have not talked to in a couple of weeks, but we could not do any of this without her. Let's see if we can get a word with Nicole. That's what she said, Creasel. Nicole, it's been an exciting one.
Yes, it has.
I have to ask the most important question. What were your thoughts on the Springers making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of Gerald?
I don't know. It's getting really crazy out here tonight.
There has been some crazy and gutsy moves, some very, very close calls. Are tempers starting to become a problem?
I believe they will be by the end of the race.
Imagine that. Have seen some gutsy moves out there. Have you given the drivers any kind of warnings yet?
Not really warnings yet, nope, but hopefully they'll get it all under control and it'll be a straight shot, all green until the end.
Well, we can only hope so, because it's definitely been exciting. Jeff Hinkle also looks like he has finally gotten back out on track, but he's going to be a couple laps down. That definitely hurts a playoff contender having a glitch.
Yeah, it does. That sucks.
It definitely does. About to go back to green. Any thoughts on the rest of this one?
Hopefully it'll be exciting, but not too exciting.
Best of luck. If tempers start to flare, you're going to have a hard night ahead.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel in race control. None of this would happen without her doing that job. Looks like Jeff Hinkle has come back to pit road. Looks like a splash of fuel in that stop. I was expecting to see tires up, but that was not the case. Pace truck is in. Steven Gibson in control. Green flag back in the air. Gibson, another perfect launch to the lead. AJ quickly sliding up into second. Cody Kennedy third. Mark Nelson back up in fourth. And look who's coming. Mike Smith back in the top 5. Kennedy underneath Godsey. Cody's got a huge run out of turn 2. But no help. AJ able to push Gibson back to the lead. Jeff Hinkle has suddenly gone back to pit road yet again. This has been a heartbreak night for Jeff Hinkle, one of the points contenders. Already some 3 wide battling up toward the front. Cody Kennedy, Mark Nelson, Mike Smith. Eric Stoy and Richie Joplin battling back behind. Richie West coming forward, passing DJ the Iceman Kenner. Hey, good evening, Tanya. Michael Whiting starting to make some moves back toward the front now as well, back into the top 10. Mike Smith currently sits in 4th. Cody Kennedy and Eric Stoy battle for 5th. Richie West and DJ Kenner battling. DJ, massive run into 3. The high line at the moment led by leader Stephen Gibson, single file. Out of turn 2, Jacob Springer, Kevin Reed side by side back for 13th. Mark Dantuma hit pit road. Looks like a fuel only stop under that caution. AJ Gonsi continuing to push Stephen Gibson for the moment. Eric Stoy trying to work his way back up to AJ. And before the tires get worn and the pack starts separating, let's have a little bit of fun, folks. I'm going to stop talking. You guys enjoy the noise of all this horsepower. Crank it up, everybody. Doesn't get much more fun than hearing over 20 cars going full send past you on the track. And it does appear Jeff Hinkle is out of the race. He was a playoff contender, came in tonight 4th in points. It's going to take a miracle for him to stay in the playoffs. Playoff contenders as they run right now. AJ Gonsi currently in 2nd. Mark Dantuma currently sitting in 10th. Mark Nelson currently sits in 4th. Jeff Hinkle out of the race. Richie Joplin sitting back in 11th. Michael Whiting back in 13th. Brandon Springer currently sits in 8th. Eric Stoy in 5th. Kevin Reed now up into 7th. David Gorman way back in 16th. Mike Smith currently running in 6th. And Vern Spring not in the car tonight. Vern Spring not being in the car is a huge help to Hinkle here tonight, but he needs several more cars to have problems. Still a lot of side-by-side battling. They've been out there on this set of tires for about 20 laps now. Aero push definitely going to become a problem for everybody back behind. As I heard a lot of the drivers talking about, once the tires start to wear, it's hard to get the car to turn in traffic. Kevin Reed has made his way back into the top 10. Michael Whiting has had zero luck tonight from right at the start, having to serve a penalty. Started tail into the field fight every time he has fought his way. Whoa! Brandon Springer, Mark Dantuma, Kevin Reed, Richie West, all caught up. Caution. Fifth caution of the night, lap 50. Let's see if we can see what happened. And oh yes, Michael Whiting got a piece of that one too. Cody Kennedy, Brandon Springer just ahead, side by side. Look like Springer may have gotten a bad bump. Looking down from the blimp, there's that peanut butter car in the middle. Mark Nelson just pushes up, gets into Springer. Springer gets Reed. Looked like everybody managed to keep it out of the wall, though. And everybody is back on pit road, and they can go the distance from here on fuel. Most of the drivers said right around 40 laps if at full throttle. 4 tires and fuel, Steven Gibson continues to lead. See if we can get a quick word with him. Hey, Steven, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, you got some nitrous in that thing tonight? Because nobody's able to make a move on you.
Yeah, it's just been pretty tough, just trying to hold off AJ there, just not get too far ahead. I think AJ's really been good with me for the most part, just tucking up behind me and pushing me along. So I'm sure when it gets time to the end here, he'll start trying to dive underneath me, but we'll see how it goes from here, Doug.
It's definitely looked like he has given you some help, but you've managed to break away a couple of times, and even when they run up to you, they just can't seem to get around you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to manage the tires, not get too fast into the corners with all the draft, with AJ shoving me, and seems like the bottom lane's really working out right now. I don't know if they got the dynamic track on right now, but the bottom seems to be really sticking and giving me the time I need. So hopefully we can keep it up and run in first place here.
Well, great job and good luck, man.
Yep, thank you, Doug.
Steven Gibson so far has led the most laps here tonight. Big help from points leader AJ Godsey back behind. Several cars that were caught up in that. Mark Dantuma ends all the way back up in 17th. Cody Kennedy in 16th. Brandon Springer back in 14th. Brandon just keeps getting involved in everything. Well, peanut butter does stick to everything. Hey, that's it. Maybe his peanut butter deployment system, instead of getting that extra grip on the tires, is actually providing grip to the body and pulling everybody in. Gibson on the high side will control the restart. Pace truck is in. Hey, good evening, Tess. Springer is in the zone. Green flag back in the air. AJ sliding right back up in front of him. Eric Stoy tries to come up. Mike Smith back in fourth and Richie in fifth. Gerald Poole has made his way up into the top 10. Right behind ninth place, Michael Whiting. Mark Nelson, Richie West are battling for seventh. DJ Kenner also way back up in the fight. The Iceman in sixth. Mark the Man Dantuma was up battling in the top 5 earlier, but now way back in 15th. A lot of ground to cover for the guy who is second in points. Steven Gibson gave up the lead to AJ, bumps him into 3. And now Eric Stoy in the lead, AJ to second. Mike Smith now in third, Gibson going backwards. The first time tonight, Steven Gibson stuck down on the bottom with no help. Oh, DJ Kenner, massive dive into 3. He's got a big run. It looked like he had a big run, but it died off on corner exit. Now he's going backwards. Steven Gibson slotted back in 6th. Oh, a little wobbly. Several cars get loose coming out of 2. Richie West, Michael Whiting, both a little bit loose. Mark Dantuma on the bottom on the march. Dantuma now back up into 11th, running down Springer for 10th. We've got a car around caution. Jacob Springer, problems out of 4, caution is out, lap 58. Jacob in the middle, 3 wide. Rick Sargent comes up as he comes down, but a lot of net code at play there. If you're wondering what we mean by net code, watch the space between Sargent and, you see there's a couple of feet between them. Eric Stoy has the lead, AJ in second, Mike Smith in third, Richie Joplin in fourth, Mark Nelson in fifth. And let's see if we can talk to one of the drivers back in 10th place and have a little bit of fun. Hey, Brandon, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's up?
Hey, I have to ask, you guys are going about 180, 190 miles an hour around here. Did you really think that this was the best time to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with Jacob earlier on?
No, I was getting hungry. I forgot to eat before this, so I really wanted some jelly. Yeah, I got in there deep with him a little bit.
You definitely did. It was definitely made for some really good jokes. But, man, you've been back and forth all night, and it seems like every time you get a run, you get caught up in something.
Yeah, the key is stay on the outside. If you're on the inside, you're going to the back. So I learned that, but long as if you got good tires in the beginning, and the inside's all right. But other than that, the outside line is a rocket ship. And you just gotta find a buddy that'll let you in, and then you go to the front. But other than that, it's a nightmare.
Well, can you continue to work your way up? I mean, you're kind of right there in the playoffs for the cutoff race. Came in at 7th with Stoy.
Yeah, Stoy and I are tied, and he's all the way up front, so I got a lot of work to do. But Michael's just ahead of me too, so I'm right behind him. So
this is true, man. Hopefully you keep moving forward, buddy, and hopefully you stay out of trouble the rest of the night.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Well, there you have it. Brandon Springer got hungry, needed some jelly. Eric Stoy out front, AJ Godsey in second, Mike Smith in third, Richie Joplin fourth, Mark Nelson in fifth, DJ Kenner, Stephen Gibson, Richie West, Michael Whiting, and Brandon Springer round out your top 10. Kevin Reed now a couple of laps down. Looks like he lost connection. And Mike Smith may have just lost connection too. That makes 3 playoff contenders having connection difficulties, setting them back here tonight. Jeff Hinkle, Kevin Reed, now Mike Smith. Looks like Mike Smith lost connection and then ended up in the infield somehow. And his car is done. Lights are out on the pace car. This is definitely going to shake up the playoff standings here tonight. And folks, why don't we crank it up one more time as they go green and are all packed together? Y'all crank up the volume. Enjoy the sound of all this horsepower. Richie Joplin is off track on the front straightaway as Mike Smith comes on pit road. See if we can see what happened with Richie. Back this up just a hair. Coming out of 4. Oh! Steven Gibson pushed up. Eric Stoy got bumped into the wall. Richie Joplin manages to go through the infield. Gets it saved and going, but out of the racing surface, no caution. AJ Godsey in the lead. The aggression is starting to come up a notch. Whoa, out of turn 4. That 3-wide racing gets tight. Eric Stoy way up the track in 1 and 2. Richie West slides up right in front of him. Oh, we've got a wreck on the back straightaway. Caution is out. 26 to go. Michael Whiting involved in this one. Oh, looks like Whiting and Jacob Springer get together. Out of turn 2, Michael Whiting drifting up. Oh, Jacob just gets the nose in barely. Michael Whiting goes for a spin. AJ Godsey out front, Steven Gibson back to second, and look who's sitting in third. Mark the Man Dantuma. Mike Smith is back out on track and repaired, but several laps down. Here they come into pit road. AJ Godsey leads them in. Steven Gibson, Mark Dantuma stay out. Rick Sargent also staying out. This is a gutsy call. These drivers are going to come out with 15-lap fresher tires. Richie West leads them out of pit road. Right sides only. Let's see if we can get a word with Richie. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Hey, looks like right sides only here. Is that going to benefit you?
You know, we hope so. You know, we got nothing to lose for this, right? We're not in the playoffs. So now's the time to gamble, see if we can't go steal a win here.
Definitely could pay off. We've seen some right side only changes this season that definitely worked a few times. So if it works, man, that would be a smart move. How much are you worried about the 4 tires back behind?
I mean, you know, it kind of is what it is. I don't know where we're at with 4. I know Cody took, so it looks like AJ probably took 4. So, well, you know, AJ's AJ. So, just do what we can do here, and hope that our 2 can prevail.
Well, man, best of luck. It's been awesome watching you run up here in the top 5 all night. You've had a great run so far.
10-4, thanks, Doug. Appreciate it, and appreciate everything you do, brother.
My pleasure, man. Richie West, right sides only. Mark Nelson also took right sides only. Cody Kennedy did not take tires. That was a fuel-only stop. Stephen Gibson, Mark Dantuma, Rick Sargent did not pit. That is a bold, bold strategy here. Everybody stacked up side by side for the restart. Mark Dantuma in control. Mark Dantuma, the top 3 on old tires. Top 4 on old tires, actually. Pace truck is in. Into the restart zone they go. Green flag is in the air. They are away. Gibson, another perfect launch. Richie West shoots quickly down to the bottom. 3 wide into 1. Cody Kennedy got squirrely out of turn 2. Holds on to it. Mark Dantuma down to the bottom for the lead. Oh, Richie West, AJ Godsey, nose to tail, almost had a little bit of chaos. Richie Joplin back in 11th, trying to fight his way back toward the front. Eric Stoy a little loose, coming out of turn 2. DJ Kenner right behind. Stephen Gibson, AJ Godsey, another close call. But AJ Godsey shoots underneath as Richie West takes the lead. Big push for AJ Godsey, 20 to go. Richie West trying to 2-tire stop to see if he could steal one. Just set his fastest lap of the race. Mark Dantuma still lurking in 3rd. Eric Stoy starting to come up on the inside. Gibson shoots to the bottom. Mark Dantuma, Mark Nelson, nose to tail down the front straightaway. DJ Kenner now side by side with Mark Nelson, Richie West, and Rick Sargent side by side. Michael Whiting way behind, one of the playoff contenders. This night has not gone his way. But that does benefit Brandon Springer. We talked to him earlier. He needs some points tonight. And with Jeff Hinkle and Kevin Reed both having problems here, this is definitely going to shake up the points. Mike Smith also back on the lead lap in 13th. Mike took a fuel-only stop last time as well. Richie West still out front. AJ in second. 3 wide on the front straightaway. DJ Kenner going backwards in the middle. Some close calls. Finally settles in on the bottom. David Gorman now back up in the mix in ninth. Top 4 goes single file. Richie Joplin back in the top 5. Mark Dantuma, DJ Kenner battling for 6th, the 2 biggest movers of the night. Dantuma up 13, Kenner up 12. Garmin got a huge run. DJ goes backwards again. Garmy goes forward. Seems like the second a car gets in the middle, they lose every bit of momentum. Garmin now on the attack, up to 6 and charging. He has 4 fresh Goodyears on. AJ Gotzi is blinking. AJ in second place has been blinking every now and then. It seems to have gotten worse since the last restart. Hopefully he does not lose connection. Garmin in the wall. Looks like he must have kept it off, but man, I do know a few of the drivers in practice were doing everything they could, getting inches, if not centimeters, off the wall. Garmin being one of those dirt racing guys, exceedingly good at dirt, he is used to being on the wall. Richie West still in the lead. AJ Gotzi not pushing the issue yet. Richie Joplin down to the bottom as they battle it out for second place, and here comes the Iceman. This time Richie Joplin stuck in the middle, goes backwards. Almost 4 wide, coming out of 4. Richie dives to the bottom. Big push from Mark Nelson. Richie West, AJ Gotzi, Eric Stoy stand nose to tail. Stephen Gibson, who has led the most laps here tonight, now back in 10th place. Mark Dantuma back to 11th. Those old tires really starting to show. Eric Stoy now looks to the high side. Garmin with him. Does not have the momentum. Richie West leads, 10 to go. It has been quite a while since we saw Richie West in victory lane in Vegas a season ago. Could tonight be the night he comes back? Or is AJ Gotze just biding his time? Garmin now up into 4th place. Richie Joplin, Brandon Springer trying to come underneath, can't get the momentum. Gerald Poole's trying to make up some ground here late in the race as well. Now back into the top 10. Gerald has 4 fresh tires and shoots by Mark Dantuma. Thanos definitely knows how to get the job done in Michigan. Can he do it here tonight? Three wide mid-pack. A variety of different tire strategies throughout this top 10. And Brandon Springer coming alive. Had a big run through 1 and 2, but out of turn 2 just loses the momentum. Sends it deep into turn 3, but he's going to be in the middle. The Iceman underneath. As it's 3 wide at the back of the lead pack. Gerald Poole now in the fight. Oh, close call with Kenner. Very close call with Steven Gibson. Out of 2, Gerald has a run. Brandon Springer sends it deep into 3. Richie Joplin on the high side. Top 5 single file for the moment. But how much longer will this patience last? Springer continues to try and shoot it underneath into the turns. Just cannot keep the momentum out of the corner. This time he does. Brandon Springer now battling with Eric Stoy for 3rd. Gerald Poole now up to 9th. Rick Sargent now in play. He is up to 9th. Oh, contact between DJ and Richie Joplin. They both save it. Richie holds on to 8th place. DJ slips back to 14th. Don't count the Iceman out yet. Richie West continuing to lead here at Michigan. 4 laps to go. Can he do it? Richie putting a little bit of space between him and AJ may give AJ the run he needs. Steven Gibson still fighting forward on old tires. Richie Joplin looks underneath. They're 4 wide out of 4. Wow, that got close. Rick Sargent now on the attack, dives to the bottom in 1. 3 laps to go. Rick did not take tires on that last stop. Oh! I'm not sure if Rick got bumped or loose. There's Rick on the bottom, out of turn 2. Eric Stoy up above. Oh, bad bump from Brandon Springer. Great save by Rick Sargent. Richie West still has the lead, but Stoy on the bottom. Here comes AJ on the top. Drag race down the front straightaway. White flag is in the air one more time around. It is still anybody's race. Out of turn 2, Richie. Oh, we've got a wreck on the back straightaway. Richie West, AJ Godsey have a lead into turn 3. Through 3 and 4, Mark Nelson caught up. That is going to shake up the playoffs. But out of turn 4, Richie West is back in victory lane at Michigan. AJ Godsey coming home in second. Richie Joplin finishes third. Let's see if we can see what happened on the last lap. Oh, out of turn 2, just a big sandwich there. Mark Dantuma, Mark Nelson, Kevin Reed, multiple playoff contenders caught up. Let's talk to our top 3. Richie, I don't want to hear that crap about you're not any good at Michigan.
Man, you say how many times I had to come back from the back to the front?
Yeah, it just shows how good you are here.
Woo! That was a handful. That was just some good racing. I don't know what happened between me and Jeff. I mean, if it was my fault, I apologize. But, dude, that was some good racing. I got spun a couple times, got knocked sideways a couple times, saved it, came back, finished third. I'd take it any day.
That was definitely a good finish, a great comeback after getting sent to the infield, and man, a great podium finish tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
Very excited and worn out Richie Joplin. As you can hear, AJ Godsey comes home in second. AJ, just a quiet night, sat in second place most of the night and come home with second, continue to control the points.
Yeah, that was intentional staying in second. There was multiple times I could have took my shot at the lead, but it seemed like being that lead car, you were sitting duck if they decided to go around. So second was kind of a safe place to sit all night, and when everybody got bottled up there that last lap, I didn't have the momentum to make a run on Richie, so it's good to see Richie get one. He's a good guy. Always nice to see Richie get to victory lane.
It definitely is, and man, you with the last lap incident, your points lead probably going to get a bit bigger.
Yeah, I think we'll reset after this week, though, to go to the next round of playoffs. So, like I said, I just riding in second. I knew I didn't have to do anything spectacular tonight. Just wanted to bring her home in one piece.
Well, you got it done, man. Congratulations, AJ.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Doug. Thanks for all you do.
Finally, our very excited winner, Richie West. Richie, it has been a while. Vegas last season.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we've been in victory lane here. Actually, today I won the 530A Open in the next gen cars. But it's feels good to kind of go back to back like that. But it's been a while in BRR, so Yeah, it definitely feels good. You begin to think, can you still do it? I do got to thank AJ. I think he could have got by me there. I think that was a little brotherly love there. But shout out to all my teammates: AJ, Eric, Brandon, Jacob, all of them. Mike Smith, everybody out there. They just were fabulous all night long.
Well, man, not in the playoffs, but get you into victory lane. An awesome race and long overdue, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Doug. Thanks for being able to capture this moment for me.
Yeah, my pleasure, buddy. Great job.
Thank you.
Richie West is back in victory lane. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of YouTube shorts coming out over the next week. You're not going to want to miss any of those. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern for Jones BS Racing. Have a great night, everybody.